Lesson 2.4, Video 1, Elimination by using multiplication. So in this lesson, we're going to use elimination again, but we have to make some modifications before we can actually do it. Now again, our goal for elimination is to have our x's and y's aligned so they're right above each other, and to have one of the two variables have opposite values, or coefficients. So if we look at what we have here, our y's right here have a 5 and a negative 9. Now they're not opposite values by any means. But if I wanted to have them be opposite values, I do notice that they are negative and positive, so they have different signs, so that's half the battle. But the number that I'd have to make them so that they would be the same would be the least common multiple, which is 45, which would require me to take the top equation times a 9 and the bottom equation times a 5. And that's a lot of work. So we're going to see if we can come up with an option that's not as much work. So if we look at our x's, we have a positive 6 and a positive 1. Now they're not opposites, but I could see that if I take this bottom equation times a negative 6, I could make the x's have opposite values. And this is nice because I don't have to even do anything to the first equation, so it's a little bit less work. And again, the less steps, the less likelihood of error. So let's do what we just mentioned. We're going to take the bottom equation times a negative 6, make this a little bit clearer, negative 6. We're going to distribute that negative 6, and we're going to get negative 6x plus 54y equals a positive 6. Now I'm going to write the other equation down here below it so we don't have to look at a messy page here. Alright, now they're right next to each other. So, as we had hoped, our x's are opposite values, so when they add together they are 0 and gone. Our y's become 59y, and then we have 0 when we add 6 and negative 6. We divide by 59 to finish, and our y value is 0. So again, we're trying to find a coordinate, so we just found the y value. You can take that and plug it into that equation, or the original equation, or the modified equation. It's your choice. Let's go ahead and plug it into the original right here. It's probably the easiest one to use, but again, it's up to you. If we do that, we have x minus 9 times y, which is 0. Remembering, of course, that we are plugging in a y value here. Negative 9 times 0 is 0, so we get x equals a negative 1. And that is elimination with multiplication. So a little bit of modification that we had to make in order for us to do it. This ends video 1.